For over 4,500 years, the Giza Plateau has defied the passage of time. It was here that the ancient Egyptians built wonders meant for eternity, pyramids designed for kings to become gods. Today, just steps away from these stone giants, a new monument rises, the Grand Egyptian Museum, the largest museum in the world dedicated to a single civilization. Like the Louvre in Paris, the British Museum in London, or the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, the Grand Egyptian Museum stands as a universal sanctuary of human culture. Spanning several hectares of futuristic architecture, this monumental project rivals the great icons of the 21st century. As spectacular as the Louvre Abu Dhabi, as visionary as the Guggenheim in Bilbao. It houses more than 100,000 artifacts, tracing 5,000 years of human genius from pre-dynastic Egypt to the Greco-Roman era. Its construction demanded a technical feat worthy of the greatest building projects in history, a work of ingenuity on par with the Great Wall of China. So, what makes this museum truly unique, so remarkable that it rivals the most powerful symbols of our time? Stay with us to explore the ins and outs of this crucial question. Welcome to We Emerge, the best place to get inspired and make a difference. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. Let's get started. It took 20 years of colossal work and more than $1 billion to bring this vision to life. But to understand the full scope of this project, we must return to its origins. The concept of the Grand Egyptian Museum dates back to 1992, when Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak announced a plan to build a new museum that would gather ancient relics scattered across the country. The Egyptian Museum in Cairo, in particular, had become overcrowded, poorly lit, and vulnerable to traffic vibrations. The Ministry of Culture selected a site outside Cairo, far enough from the city's hustle and bustle, yet close enough to remain accessible to tourists. In 2002, an international architectural competition was launched, attracting 1,556 proposals from around the world. In 2003, the young Dublin-based firm Hennigan Peng Architects won the design contract. Construction began in 2005, but the project faced numerous delays. The political unrest of the Arab Spring in 2011, financial difficulties, and the subsequent resignation of President Mubarak brought work to a halt for 3 years. Thanks to international funding, construction resumed in 2014, only to be interrupted again by the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Work eventually resumed, and the first private tours were offered in 2022. Spanning 470,000 square meters within a 50-hectare site, the museum is located just 2 kilometers from the pyramids of Giza. Its triangular glass facade, inspired by the geometry of the pyramids, defines its distinctive silhouette. The design features a grand, translucent alabaster entrance, while the north and south walls, as well as the central axis of the building, are precisely aligned with the pyramids of Khufu, Khafra, and Menkaura. The architectural concept offers visitors a multi-layered experience that unfolds step by step. Upon entering, guests are immediately captivated by the sight of the world's only suspended obelisk, a remarkable feature that sets the tone for the extraordinary journey ahead. Inside, visitors are greeted by a 3,200-year-old colossal statue of Ramses II, weighing 83 tons, displayed in a vast atrium that opens onto the grand staircase, an awe-inspiring structure covering 6,000 square meters and rising the equivalent of 6 stories. As they ascend, visitors pass 59 royal statues and exceptional artifacts that chronicle Egypt's dynastic history. Among these treasures is the 4,500-year-old solar boat of Khufu, believed to have carried the pharaoh's soul to the afterlife. At the top, visitors are rewarded with a breathtaking panoramic view of the iconic pyramids. The complex includes 12 main galleries, organized both chronologically and thematically, 24,000 square meters of permanent exhibition space, a children's museum, a conference and education center, retail areas, and an ultra-modern conservation laboratory. Accessibility has been greatly improved thanks to new roads, a nearby metro station, and the Sphinx International Airport, located just 40 minutes from the museum. From within the museum, the view of the pyramids is spectacular. Visitors can admire them through a 28-meter-high glass wall, creating a seamless dialogue between past and present. One of the architect's most striking innovations is the creation of an illuminated wall made entirely of onyx, a translucent stone derived from alabaster and emblematic of local craftsmanship, stretching 800 meters long and 40 meters high. By day, the stone filters a soft natural light, while at night, subtle illumination accentuates the facade's contours. More than 400,000 square meters of stone and marble were used in the museum's construction. To achieve this architectural feat, up to 5,000 workers labored around the clock, 7 days a week, sometimes reaching as many as 9,000 on-site employees. Truly, a construction project unlike any other in the world. In its structure, the Grand Museum is a true feat of engineering. Its roof, in fact, has become a case study in architecture schools. It consists of 10,000 square meters of folded panels, supported by steel beams designed to withstand the most powerful seismic shocks. Moreover, its complexity also lies in its inclination, perfectly aligned with the summits of the pyramids. To achieve this precision, the builders employed a then revolutionary technique, conducting a 3D analysis of the structure's density, along with every detail of the electrical and hydraulic systems before construction began. Thanks to this method of anticipation and structural security used for the first time in Egypt, the museum became a veritable stronghold, now regarded as the most secure building in the country. The megastructure also stands out for another remarkable achievement. The museum contains no right angles and no parallel lines. Everything is based on a triangular logic, evoking the geometry of the pyramids. The entrance hall, or atrium, is composed of a network of stone triangles weighing over 1,300 tons, the equivalent of 20 passenger aircraft. Thus, the triangle serves as the fundamental unit of the building's entire design. Another distinctive feature of the facade is that each triangle fits within a larger one, following a nested structure, much like Russian dolls, a concept also found in pharaonic tombs. These interlocking triangles cause the facade's geometry to shift and evolve with distance, creating a dynamic visual effect. As a result, the museum's facade forms the illuminated wall, 800 meters long and 40 meters high, that has become one of its defining features. The facade faces 12 hectares of landscaped gardens, the equivalent of 17 football fields. Finally, viewed from above, the layout of the outdoor spaces appears to trace the veins of a single leaf. But the museum's greatness goes far beyond its architecture. Its extraordinary collections form the true heart of the experience. The highlight of the museum's collection is the complete assemblage of Tutankhamun's treasures, displayed in their entirety for the first time since the discovery of his tomb by British archaeologist Howard Carter in 1922. This extraordinary collection includes funerary beds, royal chariots, jewelry, the golden throne, the sarcophagus, and the famous gold funerary mask, the true jewel of the museum. In addition, immersive mixed reality experiences will allow visitors, especially younger ones, to relive the rituals and scenes of daily life in ancient Egypt through projections and interactive technologies. Beyond its role as a museum, the Grand Egyptian Museum also plays a strategic role in Egypt's cultural and economic revitalization. Indeed, the museum stands as a cornerstone of Egypt's economic recovery strategy. The government expects to welcome 15,000 to 20,000 visitors per day, contributing to the goal of attracting 30 million tourists annually by 2031, compared to 15.7 million in 2024. Consequently, tourism, which already represents about 4% of Egypt's GDP, is expected to receive a significant boost thanks to the museum's opening. The inauguration had been postponed several times due to conflicts in the Middle East, notably the Gaza crisis. Nevertheless, the official opening on November 1st, 2025, attended by heads of state, monarchs, and dignitaries from around the world, symbolizes the revival of Egyptian cultural diplomacy and the nation's determination to affirm its heritage through African innovation and craftsmanship. As Zahi Hawass, Egypt's most renowned archaeologist and former Minister of Antiquities, remarked, "Why is this museum so important? And everyone is waiting for the opening because of Tutankhamun." Ultimately, the Grand Egyptian Museum embodies the fusion of heritage and sustainable innovation. Furthermore, the museum is the first in Africa to receive the IFCE DGE Advanced Green Building Certification, recognizing exemplary buildings in energy and water efficiency. Its design incorporates reflective roofs, external shading systems, energy and water-efficient lighting and infrastructure, as well as smart meters, enabling a 60% reduction in energy use and 34% savings in water consumption compared to similar buildings. By combining ancient treasures, sustainable architecture, and cutting-edge technology, the Grand Egyptian Museum stands not only as a guardian of Egypt's past, but also as a beacon of innovation and hope for the cultural future of the African continent. This visionary project uniquely blends the magic of the past, the vitality of the present, and the promise of the future.